Well, hey now, welcome to Fitz's Electric Bar. It's that time of year. No, not Christmas. It's the best of 2024. Putting together ranking lists and things like that both thrill me and fill me with anxiety because I mentioned on my last video, I'm always thinking, oh, did I get that? Is that the right order? Do I really know that? Am I just telling people that because I want them to think, oh, isn't he a sophisticated music listener? So I'm going to keep this one short, or at least the selections will be short. I'll still probably be long-winded. But start off with 5 records that I've really enjoyed that came out this year. Starting with these are not in any order. So one of them is, and I don't have it on vinyl or on CD, so I'm going to pop it up there, and it is David Gilmour's solo record. I think this record is beautifully produced. Of course, his guitar tone and playing is unrivaled. But I just think that there's something, I'm listening to his older records as well, and of course, his skill level there is very strong. But I think vocally he has got such a rich tone, and he's got a beautiful voice, and it's captured really well in the production. So it's a record to me that is a real product of great production, great arrangement. There's a lot of space, as there often is in his music, but to allow for emotive guitar playing. Also love the song with songs with his daughter, Romani, I believe is her name. So Luck and Strange, the new David Gilmour record for me was one of the favorites of this year, and it set me on a path of going back and listening to a lot of his older stuff. Here's 4 others that I do have that came out this year on vinyl. Talked about Jessica Pratt before. This is such a beautiful sounding record, very subtle, nice arrangements, quite unique, hard to describe, as they say. And I think there's just these beautiful rhythms and sounds, and everything is very understated. Gorgeous record to put on like first thing in the morning, and doesn't scare the neighbors, doesn't scare your wife. But this is called Here in the Pitch, Jessica Pratt. The other one that most of us are putting on their lists is Nick Cave's Wild God. You know, I think a lot has been already said about this. So this is the little insert. This is apparently was marketed with clear vinyl, but also the first certain numbers got this piece of art. And I got to tell you, I'm a little underwhelmed with the art. But anything by Nick Cave is all right by me. And again, most people have talked about this. This is really an incredible extension of what he's been doing over the last little while, where he's, focused on a lot of the pain and the difficulties he's gone through because of his family challenges and loss. And this one is a kind of breakout, I don't know if you'd say positive, but it's spiritual. It feels effervescent. It feels like a sermon of a very positive kind. Anyways, I can't quite put it into words. Wild God, Nick Cave, one of my favorites from this year. This duo, David Rawlings and Gillian Welch, and this record, others have also mentioned that their Aconey label, if I'm pronouncing it right, produces some most beautiful packages. I don't think this will really do it justice, but the cardboard, the texture on the cardboard of the jackets, the whole thing is just top notch. It is a little bit more, but it's just gorgeous, and I really highly recommend it. This album is a wonderful album. Empty Trainload of Sky is a great way to start the album. It's got a beautiful lilt to it. What we had, a nice lyrical twist about realizing that, when you in the past, you were thinking about things you wanted, and now you've lost what you had, and you recognize what you've lost and what you didn't recognize at the time. But beautiful, another great record, mostly pretty spare, and highly recommend it. So this is Woodland Studios, named after the studio that they own and where they record, and that they lovingly brought back to life after some of the weather stuff in Nashville. Okay, this last one, I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this on their list, although I've still got lots more channels to watch. but it is none other than Dracula, Peter Parrott. So lead singer of The Only Ones. This is great on the other side. It looks like a movie from the 50s or 60s. The Cleansing. On this record, there are family members. He calls it The Family. I think he's got two sons on here. One of the sons produces the record. But striking, like the first track that I heard off of this, the first track on the album, which is I Want to Go with Dignity. Just a cracker song. Fantastic. Reminds me of The Only Ones. Kind of funny, poignant, desperate. Everything that you might expect from basically an Only Ones record from the past. So Peter Parrott's The Cleansing. I love the production on this one as well. So I was thinking about it and I was going, I love that his vocals are front and center, because he's always been a very unique singer. And his voice is actually still fantastic, which is great to know. Not only because of being a bit older, but also because famously he lived a pretty, let's just say, alternative lifestyle that wasn't probably too kind to his body. And it still is Peter Parrott. It still sounds really great. So his voice is front and center on this record. And then the band is front and center on the record. You know what I mean? Like sometimes everything seems kind of all muted. This one feels like everything is kind of raised up and not at the expense of anything else. Sometimes vocals are, you figure if the vocals are up higher, then the band is going to sound a little more in the background. But anyways, this is not that. Gorgeous production, again, by one of his sons. And nice little package, 2 LP set with the lyrics, which are awesome. That opening track, I Want to Go with Dignity. To me, this is typical Peter Parrott and / The Only Ones type of lyrics. The guy who sang, Why Don't You Kill Yourself? I want to go with dignity. It's a losing battle, trying to be sane. It leaves me tired and listless. If I'm going to jump in front of the train, I'll wait till after Christmas. Don't want to overstay my welcome. And out of the context of the music, you might think, well, my God, that's so dark. Why would you find that funny? But there's something about him where his tongue is in his cheek, even as he's sincere about maybe some of his mindset. All right, and now I'm going to do 3 records that are reissues that came out this year that I absolutely love. These are not necessarily the best 3, but just 3 that really I'm still listening to a lot and have left a big impression on me. One of them is one of my favorite records that I've been listening to on CD, and that is Blue Nile Hats. This has got a quintessential 80s sound in the best sense of the word. When you listen to it, you just get nostalgic immediately, even if you never knew the music before. But highly, highly recommend that record. Stream it first if you want. This one was a reissue from Kraft. Now, Johnny Lytle, I don't know him. He's a vibraphone player. This is out on the Milestone Records, which was another of Oren Keepnew's labels, I think after he sold or had to give up Riverside and he started Milestone, as I understand it. People in Love. And this is a really beautifully produced record. 1973 was when it was released. The production is great. The playing is awesome in it. I don't know the players on here at all. It's actually produced by Oren Keepnew. So again, Oren is the guy who's produced many things, as well as one of the founders of Riverside Records, including Sunday at the Village Vanguard, one of my all-time favorites, Bill Evans' album. But he, Johnny Lytle, covers Where Is the Love? And also People Make the World Go Round. So familiar source material, but played in a really different and much richer, if I can say, arrangements, and it's just a great record. I just love this. I play this all the time. It's wonderful. Johnny Lytle, People in Love. Look at that. And the third and last one is Ronnie Lane. Sorry for the shrink wrap. I just don't want to take it off. So this is Ronnie Lane and the band Slim Chance. And I really like Ronnie Lane of the Faces. And I've always enjoyed his a little bit more mellow versions or songs in the Faces. And this is a record that I've just come to love. So On it's got Roll On Babe, which is a great song, as well as Tell Everyone, which is a great tune. So very much like the songs he wrote with the Faces, like Debris. Forget the names of all the songs, but Debris is a good example. And did he write Ooh La La? I'm not sure. Highly recommend this. So this is called Anymore for Anymore, and that's it for my purchases in 2024. There were many more, but got to stop somewhere. Carpe diem.